What do y'all think of this fight Saturday? I'm talking about Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin Santos. You know, we seen the press conference. You know, Keyshawn Davis is acting very, very, very confident, you know, in his abilities to stop Edwin Santos this Saturday. You know, Edwin Santos is a very good fighter. People are underestimating this guy. You know, he hasn't been in the ring for, you know, a while, but, you know, this man is still dangerous. You know, Keyshawn Davis is a good fighter. He's been tried and tested, but, you know, he still hasn't been walked into that deep water. Like, I think Edwin Santos is going to take him this Saturday, and I think that this fight is going to be more serious than y'all think. You know, I think this fight is going to be more competitive. You know, when Edwin Santos fought Shakur, you know, who's Keyshawn's buddy, you know, Keyshawn and, you know, Shakur Stevenson, they trained together. You know, Edwin Santos had Shakur Stevenson running all night. You know, and Shakur Stevenson's supposed to be this elite fighter, you know, and mind you, these guys train together. So, you know, I know styles make fights, but I think that, you know, Edwin Santos' style, his aggressiveness, you know, his power alone will have, you know, Keyshawn Davis, you know, more timid to engage. You know, it's not like a guy he's fighting that don't have no power. You know. And we all seen the fight. We seen the fight with, you know, Edwin Santos and Shakur Stevenson. I mean, Shakur Stevenson was running all night.
I'm the next Floyd, the greats. I'm the next Sugar Ray, all of them. They can hate me. It is what it is.
You know, the man didn't want to engage. You know, the man did not rematch him. You know, and then he tried to blame it on a hand injury. You know, like he only had one hand. And maybe he did. But if he did, why didn't he rematch? You know, why did Shakur Stevenson take that victory, you know, that was handed to him and run? You know,
Javante Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on.
Brother,
And I'm guessing that he's sending Keyshawn Davis, you know, to finish off, you know, Edwin Santos. But I don't think it's gonna go as smoothly as, you know, they're planning it to go. You know, I think Keyshawn Davis is in for a fight. He's in for a fight versus Edwin Santos. Edwin Santos is not coming to play no games. You know, Edwin Santos is one of my favorite fighters. You know, Keyshawn Davis is a good fighter also. You know, when I seen Keyshawn coming up in the ranks, I knew he would be a problem. Who y'all got, guys? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's hard to say. You know, Keyshawn Davis is a good combination puncher. You know, he's very good at putting in counter punches also. You know, he has power, not as much as, you know, he should have, but he does have some type of power. You know, Edwin Santos, a guy who's very explosive. He's very explosive. He's very fast. You know, he has a lot of power. He has knockout power that can change fights. I feel like Keyshawn Davis is going to have to be on his P's and Q's, because, you know, if he get caught slipping, if he get caught with one of those haymakers that Edwin Santos throw, it's not going to be pretty. You know, will he be on his feet? You know, like Edwin Santos said, you know, Keyshawn Davis don't really have footwork like that. You know, Keyshawn might have to stand and trade with a dangerous fighter like Edwin Santos. This fight is going to be fireworks. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all, people are sleeping on this fight. I called it like before. Every time I call a fight and say a fight is going to be a good fight, it becomes a good fight. And I'm telling you, this fight right here, people are going to be talking about this fight for years to come. Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin Santos. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got Edwin Santos. I mean, he's one. I might be being biased.
I don't give a fuck.
I might be being biased, but I think Edwin Santos takes this fight. You know, just from I like rooting for the underdog. But even then, you know, Edwin Santos is very dangerous, you know, and I feel like the style matchups is going to be a problem for someone like Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring.